Now, as you all know, in 2020, your 401k contribution, the max out if you're under 50 is $19,500. If you're over 50, you can add another $6,500 to that. So you can potentially stick away $26,000. But through the use of this mega backdoor conversion, I'm going to show you how to double that. I mean, it's really incredible when you start to find out about this. So just sit back and wait for it. But these are your basic numbers right now. And this is probably what you're doing currently. So let's get right to it. What is this Mega Backdoor Roth IRA secret that I found out about from one of our clients? You notice it says 401k there as well, because it does blend together. And so I'd like you to understand a little bit about how this works. And then what are some of the questions you need to ask your work and see if you have something like this. And then more importantly, how will you fund it or pay for it? And then what could it do for your retirement? So first of all, you need to find out if your employer allows this sort of an option within your 401k. So they may or they may not. If they do allow it, there's kind of two things that we need to make sure that they have. First is that they have to be able to, or you have to be able to, make contributions to your 401k after tax. It's really important. There's a lot of Bay Area companies around here that when you get ready to retire, they don't distinguish what was pre-tax and what was post-tax. I've had this happen with many clients where we start to move their 401k to a rollover IRA, and the record keeping is abysmal. So we have to make sure first and foremost that your provider of your 401k has the ability to earmark those contributions that we're going to be doing through the strategy as what's known as after tax. Okay, it's really important. And then the other thing we have to make sure is currently while you're contributing to this plan, this 401k plan, that the plan allows what's called an in-service distribution or a plan conversion as long as you're contributing to it. That's also really important because we're going to be doing that in this process. All right. So we need to make sure you cover those two things. So write those down and make sure you ask that of your HR department. So let's look at an example of how this works. Let's say that $57,000, you're under 50. That's the amount that you can contribute federally to your 401k. You put in $19,500 as I talked about earlier. Your employer then adds to that the $5,500 is their matching. And now you have the ability to stick in after tax contribution of $32,000. That's going to be coming out of your paycheck or out of other monies that you may have, but you can put away another $32,000. Wow. So how do we do that? Well, first of all, you do a conversion. So first of all, this $32,000 will be coming out of your paycheck most likely, and then you're going to convert that while you're still working into your Roth in that particular calendar year, 2020. Now, you notice we say this, once the after-tax contribution's made, as soon as it's allowed, and that's important because your plan may have different rules around when you can actually take it out. But as soon as it is allowed, that's where you're going to do that conversion. So it may happen automatically. Some of our clients we've seen who do this, they put their check into their 401k plan, then immediately it then converts part of that to the Roth, and then the remainder stays in the 401k. Some of these are manual, and we've seen this too, where we have to get on the phone, maybe monthly, with the provider, and we have to say, okay, now it's time to do this conversion. Let's go ahead and do that. This is very important because if you don't do this part of it, many people just set this up and then they walk away and they forget about it, and then nothing really happened. Now, how would this stack up? Well, right now, as you know, the Roth contribution limit is $6,000. But if you use this feature that I'm talking about, then you could put away $32,000 more, just like I was talking about before. So that's really important because that's a lot of money. And particularly if you look at it over a multiple amount of years, think about sticking all that money away. As I was talking about earlier, what's my favorite kind of money? Well, the first kind of money, like we said, is free money. The second best was tax-free. So here's a way for you to take that $32,000 each and every year and then stick that away And then like it says here, have it grow tax-free, meaning all the interest you earn on it in those mutual funds or the ETFs or whatever you're using in your Roth account, all the dividends that are paid on those funds and all the capital gains all comes out as tax-free to you in retirement. I can't tell you how important that is as you start to look at paying taxes. And right now with the amount of stimulus that the Fed just threw at the system and the more they're throwing at it, there's going to be a lot more taxes coming in the future. Again, that's my opinion, but I think taxes are only going to get worse. So you really got to look at tax-free income as an option for your retirement.
Hey everybody, it's David Hollander, the Sandman. Thanks for watching our video and make sure you subscribe and tell your friends today.